you have a funny comedy skit where you play black mother with a grown son.
Okay, that's a skit. That's a thing
what
with
I'm
a
talking about.
script. Okay,
Right.
yes, but not in my comedy acts.
Nowadays, grown, especially black men, but not only, white men are doing it too, are living at home with mama after 18 years old. Why is that?
Because they can't financially, if a man is living at home, he cannot afford to be on his own
Why not?
because he doesn't have the finances.
Why not?
Maybe he might not be employed, or his employment may not be paying enough for the places that the place that he.
Is that an abnormal state of being or normal for a man to be at home with mama after 18?
It's not abnormal.
It's not abnormal.
No, it's not abnormal.
The mothers tend to push the girls out before they would the grown son. Why is that?
The mothers aren't pushing the girls out before the girls are ready to go.
But the
because
mother make them that way.
I think that your experience has shaped your opinion.
Why do the mother keep the son at home
No,
after 18?
there's no mother that's keeping her son at home.
It's happening all over. I know for a fact that it's happening.
Tell me, okay, so.
And you know it's happening too. Why are you denying it?
I'm not denying that
you
children
know
are
that.
over 18, but like if you take, for instance, a well-to-do family, a family with a huge home, okay, what would be the purpose of them rushing an 18-year-old, which is technically still a young-minded child? Now, they are of grown age, but a family with a huge home, a child that works, they have a car, they have a basement apartment. What would be the reason that they would be rushing this child into an apartment when he can stay at home, save, and move out when he's financially stable? What would be the purpose of them now rushing him out?
So he could grow up and deal with the issues in life. He's never going to
cannot
deal
grow
with.
up from
Let me answer
home?
the question. He's never going to
You're
deal with.
telling me
Let me
that
answer the
you
question.
don't know any great parents
He's
that
never
has
gonna
raised
deal
their
with-
children. You're
No.
telling me that you don't know any great parents that have raised their children and let them stay at home until they was 25 and moved on and got married or whatever. You don't know any great situations? You don't know any
Let me answer
great
the question.
mothers that have raised
Because of time,
their
I got
children.
to answer the question. Any woman.
Wait a minute.
Any
You don't know
woman that,
any great mothers that have raised their children to a great standard and have sent them off to a great living. You don't know anyone of that sort?
No.
You don't know any great fathers, any great relationships that have resulted in children being upstanding people. You don't know anyone personally yourself?
Not like that.
You
But
don't know
let me
any
respond
man
to-
that has a great wife?
Dale, let me respond to something.
Okay.
Any man that is home after 18, because he is a man at 18. He's not a child. He's not
What if
mama's
he's
boy.
autistic? What if he's autistic?
But you put in
you should put him out too?
With all being equal, all being normal, a mother that let a boy stay home after 18 years old doesn't love that child. She's
What
using
if
that
the
child
parents
for her
are
own.
letting him? So what if the father is
Hold on.
too?
She's using that boy for her own personal ego needs. And she's ruining his life because he's not going to grow up at home under mama's skirt's tail. He's going to grow up going out in the world and dealing with life and dealing with issues. And look at the black men. They're not worth a dime now because they stay home with mama.
You are a black man. You're not worth a dime?
I'm worth more than a dime. And you know why? Because my parents raised me to work, to be responsible. And at 18, I was a grown man. I had to go. And when black people had class, that's what they did.
Do you have children?
I do.
Okay, so your children are not worth a dime.
No, they're amazing now because of me.
Because of you
Yeah.
only, and their mother had nothing to do with it. She had nothing to do.
She watched over me. She imposed a will on there, but I would.
Are you divorced?
I was sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not married.
Okay, and how long has that been?
She dead.
Your wife is dead.
My son's mother is dead.
Okay.
She is dead as a doorknob. But here's the point I want to make before we leave. Hold on. I've noticed that the average black man today is not worth a dime.
Your son
But
isn't
when
worth
I,
a dime.
but
That's
when I
what
was
you're telling
growing
me.
up,
Your
listen,
son isn't
Dale,
worth a
Dale,
dime because the average black man, you
hold
cannot
on,
speak for the
Dale,
average black man when you
Dale,
have a black son. So you're telling me
Dale.
your son, you're telling me
My
on
son is
national
not
television,
every black
your
man.
son is not worth a dime
My
because you
son
can't
is,
trash
my
every
son
black
has
man
his own
unless
business.
you include your black son.
My son has his own business. He has his own homes. He's married. He has kids because I made him get out there and go through tough
So to
times.
sum it up, your son isn't worth a dime.
My son is amazing.
Okay.
But the average black man, because
The
he's been
average black
home with
man is your
mama,
son
the
who
average,
isn't
no,
worth a
that's not
dime.
true. That's not true.
That's what
The
you're telling
average
me?
black man that been at home with mama is no good today. Why do you think the black women are out of control? The men are not guiding them.
I'm so sorry that this is your
But I got to
perception
move on.
of your own
Let me ask you,
race.
the
Do
man,
you think the white 18-year-old male is better than the black 18-year-old male?
a lot of them are starting to be kept at home as well, but the
Do
average
you
one
think
is
the
doing better
white
than,
male,
yeah, the
they're
white male.
better?
The average one is doing better than the black male today.
Okay, that means there is a lacking of self-love for yourself because I see so many young, upstanding black men, and I see so many young, upstanding men.
Let me
and
ask
it's
you
because
this.
they have a great foundation who is their mother and their father.
I got to ask you this because of time. Did the man come from God?
Both the man and the woman come from God.
Did the man come from God?
Yes, he
And
did.
did the woman come from the man?
Yes.
And so the woman is subject to the man as man is subject to God. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you, do you believe that racism exists?
Yes.
You do believe that racism exists?
Yes.
And what's your proof of that?
Oh, first of all, my proof of that was right here saying that you would not be hiring us because of our hair.
Y'all gonna have to comb that hair.
Okay.
That
So
ain't gonna
that's
work.
how I know it exists
What is
all
the
day
proof?
long. That's really prejudiceness. But racism exists because there are companies who will simply not hire people of different ethnicities, and provide them with the opportunities that they know they can have based on skin color, based on
How do you
religion.
know that?
Because it's statistically out there.
But how do
Statistic
you
facts
know that
out there.
personally? As a Christian woman, how do you know that?
Well, as a Christian woman, I experience it myself all the time,
How do you
and
know? Do they tell you, I don't want you because you're black?
well, no, but
Well, how do you know that then?
you're not getting opportunities because you are. And when you
How do you
see,
know that?
and when you see who has gotten the opportunity and they are less qualified, then you know that racism played a part of that.
How do you know that?
I just told
You just assume it?
No, I'm telling you that when you see who has been granted the opportunity and has been less qualified, then you know that it has been a racist act.
Black people now, because of this whole Black Lives Matter mess, did you support Black Lives Matter?
I do support Black
But
Lives
Black
Matter.
Lives Matter was founded by a bunch of fat, black, radical, socialist, communist lesbians who hate God, who hate the nuclear family. As a Christian, why would you support that?
Do you believe that your Black life matters?
My life matters, but that's
And
not what they
but your
really
life
mean.
is not black?
That's not what they.
Is your life black?
No,
Okay, so
my
your
life
life
is amazingly white.
okay. So your amazingly white life matters.
It's
That's what
amazing.
you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay.
But did you
other
support Black Lives
people
Matter?
Do not
Did you support the
matter.
organization Black Lives Matter?
I support Black Lives Matter.
Knowing that they hate God, they hate the nuclear family,
I don't
a
worry
bunch of
about-
fat, black, radical lesbians?
First of all, I don't worry about the origin of the and you're first of all, you're dead wrong because this guy Hawksum created the Black Lives
I'm
Matter
dead wrong about
movement. About it being a bunch of fat
I've
black
interviewed
lesbians
these people
that
on the
hate
show
God.
already.
And they
And they
created the Black
ran.
Lives Matter movement.
Patrice Colors, you know who
Okay.
they?
No, I don't know who Patrice Colors is, but I do know
You don't
the
know
guy
Black Lives
who
Matter.
created them.
You don't know Black Lives Matter then.
Okay.
Maybe that's why you support them.
I
Being a
support
Christian,
the
God
thought
said,
of, wait a minute, because we've been threatening with time for all this time, but somehow we still have it. I support Black Lives Mattering. That is, whether it's being taken out by the police, whether it's being taken out by another young black male, whether it's being taken out by a car accident, I wholly and fully support the Black Lives Matter movement because we matter.
Let me
and
ask you this.
It is only been created because of the justice system not giving the justice sentences out to people who have taken
If
black
Black
lives.
Lives Matter, why don't the blacks do something about the black on black crime, like in Chicago?
I
they're
want
killing.
that to be done
Why,
as well.
if Black Lives Matter, then why are they over there protesting?
That's
I'm asking you, why are they doing it?
I want that to be
Why they're
done
not doing
as
it?
well.
Why they're not doing it?
They are protesting,
No,
and
they're not.
I have seen
Hey,
some protests online.
Not from Black Lives Matter.
Okay, well, I don't know if it's specifically the Black Lives Matter, but I'm talking about black people have been protesting online with the Stop the Violence movement. I'm not sure if it's been a Black Lives Matter
No,
movement.
it hasn't.
I can't trust your word because of your perception of black people. So I can say that I have
what
been
my
seeing
perception of black
your
people?
perception. You think all black men
Not
are
all, but
worse? You
most.
think all black mothers are
Not
the
all, but
worst?
most.
No,
Not all, but
so
most.
what I'm telling you is, if your perception is most black people are bad, I can't trust your word.
But that's what the
on
whole
anything.
world perception.
No, that's not the whole world
Oh yeah,
perception.
they're just not saying it.
No, that's not the
White
whole
people are
world's
afraid
perception.
to tell blacks the truth
No, that's not the whole world's
because
perception.
they don't want to be called racist. But let me ask you this.
So every white person, what you're telling me is most white people are good. Is that what your
No,
perception is?
no. If they were good, they would be telling black people the truth.
No white people are racist. That's what you're telling me?
Racism doesn't exist.
Oh my God.
You believe it does, right?
Yes, I do.
So God said that our battle is a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities.
And powers.
So is God lying?
No, God is
Then
not
why
lying.
do you believe racism exists?
Oh, because that's the principalities. The racism would be the principalities of the Bible.
God didn't say that.
But no, because he doesn't have to say the word racism for that to fall in the same category of principalities.
So you just making that part up
No,
too?
I'm not making that part up at all.
Do you love white people?
Yes, of course I love white people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to put you on the hot seat.
I haven't been on the hot seat already.
But this hot seat is where you got to answer the question quickly as possible.
Oh my God.
All
Y'all, am I being punked?